But awesome. Yeah. So to start, we're gonna get into Mashle. Episode 2 is called Mash in the Mysterious Maze. Ooh, spooky. So
Mm.
Mash gets to Easton Magic Academy and has to pass the entrance exam, which includes a terrifying maze. What a great summary.
Thank
Yo, who wrote
you.
that? I'm messing.
Not
Really,
me.
really,
I
really
mean,
gives a fantastic idea because that's really all that happened. I mean, there was a
yeah.
lot in there, but that's the moral of the story, you
That's
know?
the bulk of that was the bulk of the episode. But I think we opened up and like all of the I'm gonna say students that were trying to get into it were just kind of in a field, and we had like the exam overlord Professor Lucci kind of just like peering out of a window, and he immediately notices Mash because everybody else is, cleaning their wands, looking at their spell books and whatnot, and Mash is just doing what he always does and like is pumping iron.
Yeah, isn't he
I'm
reading a book that's about like good form and everything else too? Like ridiculous.
Yeah, I was so surprised Lucci was like ragging on him for being a slacker. I was like, bro, man is swole. Like he's obviously very disciplined at the very least.
I
Well,
think
I'll go for it, Tyler.
I was going to say I think that his style of workouts and stuff is looked down upon though. Like he's not doing like magical stuff, so he's deemed lazy. You know.
That's
Yeah, that's
that's what I was
interesting.
that's what I was gonna say. You're trying to get into magic school here, not muscle school, you know? And he's out here just pumping iron in the most ridiculous way that Mash likes to do. His 1,000 reps per minute.
Bro, does he not sound like a hummingbird when he's doing it?
Oh,
Does anybody
100%,
get
dude.
that?
I get that. Yeah,
I
it sounds
think
like he's
so.
a hummingbird
Yeah.
flapping his wings, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, they said that there's only a 3% pass rate for this entrance exam. What do y'all think about that? It's
I
crazy.
honestly like thought it'd be like 40 or 50%. Because I don't see how Mash was gonna get in for on like 3%. I know he has like some serious physical abilities, but I thought that was a little nuts. I was like, 3%, bro. Like I got better chance of getting into Yale than he does into this fucking school.
Well, this is one of the most prestigious schools in the magic world of
Prestigious.
Mashal. But you got to think about it. I mean, there were probably what 100 kids there, 60 to 100 kids there, and you figure an average class size is 20 to 30, so that kind of makes sense. Checks out.
Well, the thing is, like the obstacles that they went through, they don't even seem that hard. So it's just mind baffling to me that it's so low of a percentage. So maybe it's
True.
the interview that stops a lot of people from getting in. I don't know.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of people were left. Like, so they
Yeah,
did like the magic exam on the paper. They had something with some water and like lifting a boulder, and then end was the maze. But there were still like, what'd you guys say? Probably 30, 40 people left
Like,
probably.
were they
at least,
dropping
right?
were they dropping them off if they couldn't pass something? I can't remember.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, because I was gonna say they lost probably about half the people with that for that first test. I mean, the only way Mash passed is by scaring the paper and he scared it straight. That was it, you know.
That
Like
shit was my one of my favorite parts of the episode, if not my favorite.
so,
Because
basically.
go ahead, go
Oh,
ahead.
so basically, it was this piece of paper, and it was enchanted. So it wasn't in any order. The words were moving all over, and the goal was basically to decode it. And Mash just scared the thing silly by glaring at it, and like everybody else was freaking out, like, "How the fuck do I do this?" And he was like, "That was easy. I'm done."
Yeah, he was like the first one done. Like he literally just glared at it and said, "Hey, get in line." And I was like, "Yo, chill, chill, don't beat my ass."
Hey, that
Because like
boy
before that
Lucci was
happened,
pissed, bro.
he was. I was really confused about how he was going to get that done, but I forgot it's a lot of comedy in this, so I should have saw that coming. I think.
I just thought it was hilarious because, like, I feel like whenever, like, say I finished an exam first in school, and I looked up and I saw everybody working, I would just sit there and pretend. You
Yo,
never
I was
wanted
the
to.
same
You
way.
never wanted to hand your shit in first, dude. Like that was always such a cocky move, and you didn't want people like pissed at you for like, how'd you finish the exam in 15 minutes? Oh, bro, it was easy. What do you mean?
I will say I didn't start doing that until I think halfway through my junior year, my senior year in college. Because I was like, I got a job. I don't even need to be here. They're lucky I showed up for this bullshit.
Oh my
Me, on the
god.
other hand, I was just lazy. I just wanted to wait till the last minute so that we could just pass them up, or they come around and get it.
Tyler's
Fair
not trying to
enough,
take
dude.
up as much of class as possible. I respect that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
after the magic paper, guys, we saw Mash running on some water because he runs so goddamn fast, and they also had to what they had to do to that boulder. I forgot.
They're supposed to just lift it up using magic, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
and he literally just palms it like it's a fucking basketball. This episode was fucking ridiculous. What was y'all's favorite part, like of like the first few tests?
I was just saying my favorite part of all the tests was when he had to finish the maze and he knew he was coming up on the end of the time. And instead of trying to figure it out when he had to go back and get Lemon because she's a little pansy. And he just starts
Fucking
punching
Lemon.
holes in the walls and they're like, that's cheating. And he's like, I don't fucking know.
I'm just here to win, bro.
Sorry, y'all are weak.
No, my favorite part was probably the paper. Honestly, that was like absurd. So
Yeah, I could see how he would like do the rest of it, like him running through the maze walls. I was like, okay, I saw that from a mile away.
yeah,
But like the paper, I was like, bro, how is he gonna get kicked out on the first test? I was so confused.
it
And
was
man,
wild.
if he puts in a wand in his hand while he does all this stuff, nobody can tell the difference, you know?
But he doesn't have one, right?
I thought he had one that he just kind of kept breaking, right?
No,
I thought he was
I
breaking
don't
other
know.
people's wands.
He was breaking other people's wands too, but I mean, if you're gonna fake being a wizard, you should probably have a wand, man, you know? Like, it should be in his pocket at least, right?
It
Wait.
should be.
I really don't think he had a wand, bro.
I
We're gonna
think he
have to
had
pay
one during the
attention next
boulder. I think he
time.
was like lifting it and pointing the wand at it. I think.
Just palming it with his hand, waving it around like an idiot.
Ooh.
I'm Magic Man.
What y'all think about Pops and old Brad back there just with bushes on their heads?
That had me cracking up. Like when Lucci was first looking down the window, and he's like, "Who the hell are these two weird gentlemen standing back there?" And they're in like full black bodysuits with two branches in each hand, trying to blend in a group of teenagers. And they looked just so fucking out of place. It was so funny.
It was ridiculous. They weren't even like over to the side either. They were like standing in the middle of the crowd, like some fucking trees just grew there in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Black trees, the two branches in their hands.
But yeah,
Yeah.
guys, going back to Lucci, did that remind you of any other characters that you've seen?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. 3/4 of the professors in the show remind me of people from Harry Potter.
Really? I've never seen Harry Potter.
Really? You don't say. Well, there's
Oh.
an HBO retelling of Harry Potter coming out on HBO Max.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I wonder if that's gonna be just as good as the old stuff. Who knows?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would not be able to tell you.
Have you actually never seen Harry Potter?
No, I actually have not. I'm not even
Oh, wow.
joking.
Okay, that's impressive.
I mean, it's witchcraft, bro. I grew up in a Baptist church, bro. That shit was not happening.
I did
Fair
too,
enough.
though. But I read all the books and seen all the movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a
That's
little off
wild.
topic, but like even when I was a kid, like playing with like my Pokemon game and the cards, I had to hide my stuff or my parents would throw it away.
Wow.
Demons,
Yeah.
dude. Little demon cards.
Yeah, bro. The preacher came for my shit one Sunday. I was pissed.
See,
Gotta
my
catch 'em all,
grandparents
dude.
was like that, so my parents wasn't like that though.
I'm happy for you.
Nah,
But,
I guess being up here in the north, we didn't deal with that too much.
Yeah, you guys just do Hail Marys and it's all good. But going back to Mashle, guys, when they were going through the maze, they had a bunch of like pitfalls and traps and monsters in it. And then this nice little girl comes along needing a lot of help. Lemon, what was your like initial impressions of her?
I totally just thought she was a ditz at the beginning.
Same.
Okay.
Like your classic ditzy, like blonde character that you see in everything. And
So,
I
but-
didn't
Mhm.
think she had a little, little side mission going on, I guess. That was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I wonder if like she was actually like ditzy like that on purpose, or like if she's like just playing acting. You know what I mean?
That's true. I thought she was a snake from the get-go. I just thought it was like
Really?
really weird. Especially with like Lucci looking down on Mashle and not wanting him to Mash and not wanting him to get through the exams. Yeah, as soon as she walked up, I was like, man, what does she want? So I don't know why I thought that, but once she started getting caught in little random bullshit traps, I was like, yeah, she's definitely got something else going on.
Well,
I
you
never
gotta
did pick
think.
up on it.
You gotta think though, like these people who just rely on magic for everything, they have like no sense of like anything like out like dangerous, I guess, because they all just live in the city. They're all city slickers, and like Master grew up out in the boonies. He's out in the woods.
He's a tough country boy.
He's a tough country boy who relies on his yoked body. And if you're not used to looking for like I don't know, I don't want to say pitfalls, but stuff like that, like I don't know, it could be a challenge for you.
Yeah, there were like hands coming out of the ground, and they just weren't menacing. And she was like acting so scared and helpless. I'm like, bro, you have magic. Do something, anything.
Oh, dude, the hands reminded me of in Zelda, the dungeon masters, the hands that would crawl and
Oh,
grab you and bring you back to the
yes.
beginning.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. So she's slowing him down through the entire maze, and they get to the very end. And like I thought he would, he just ran through all the walls. And it was interesting what happened after. Well, not surprising, but I thought interesting. The entire rest of the class started yelling for them to go home. Y'all thought that was like fair? Would y'all have been a little mad about him, quote unquote, cheating?
I mean, if I was trying to get in this prestigious school, which is based on magic, and he didn't use anything to succeed like that, I feel like I'd be kind of annoyed, And I totally
Okay.
get where they're coming from. But the fact that like the professor was instigating it was so fucked up, dude. Lucci's a snake.
No, he really is. I think he's gonna continue to be a problem for
Oh,
Mash.
he is the Professor Snape of Harry Potter, dude. He's just there to try and get old boy Mash in trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what the first part of that sentence meant. I'm glad you kept going. But yeah, no, he was instigating it. But what I thought was weird was like everybody was so enamored with Mash through the first three like challenges, and I'm like, okay, maybe he had some super strength magic and speed to get him through. You don't know that. They didn't know he was picking up the fucking boulder. So I thought it was just really inconsistent.
Hey, dude, his magic is muscles. I've said it before. That's what he.
That's his
one
whole
trick
shtick
pony.
right there. Yes,
His,
sir.
his one trick pony.
Yeah, plus there at the end, they worked so hard to get through the maze. It was supposed to be the toughest obstacle yet, and he just basically run through the walls and didn't even try to do magic. So I can understand them being pissed off and wanting him to go home because in
Okay.
their eyes, he didn't earn it. Yeah, basically.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Hmm.
I'd be pissed too. So
So Lucci was actually about to expel him from the school. Um, to y'all's point, very fair. But then we have old Wahlberg come down and kind of save his ass. And then after that, everybody has to do their, I guess, oral exam where they go in and get questioned. And the Grandmaster gives Mashle a very odd test. Y'all want to explain
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So this was like the most like hardcore thing you could ever give somebody in an entry exam. So old Wahlberg here used like some arcane level spell that basically took the soul of your most cherished person and put it in a doll, and like came down with basically like a giant metal spear that was gonna basically like destroy it and kill the person. And Mash without magic just shows his fucking resolve and literally just grabs this thing with his hand. And it's like going through his hand and he stops it from, taking old man Regro's life, which was crazy to me.
Right. That was a
Absolutely crazy.
fucking nuts test. Because yeah, he's trying to explain to him you can't just overpower everything.
False.
Yeah, because like,
Mash can.
well, he did in that time.
Well, his objective was to just do it long enough because he was like, a spell this big, you're not gonna be able to hold it for that long. So I can out hold you basically is what he was saying, which was crazy.
Shit, them hands weren't holding up. He was getting
Little.
split.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it was kind of to prove a point because like Wahlberg was kind of getting the vibe from Mash that he was the kind of person who would put his own life on the line for anyone, and that really just drove that home for everybody watching, which I really liked.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. And Lucci didn't like him because he obviously wasn't using magic. Um, Do y'all think the Grandmaster knows he's not using it either?
I'd say
Mm,
so. I feel like he has to at this point, man.
yeah, I feel like I mean, he's grandmaster for a reason. So,
Hmm.
like, how can he be that if he doesn't even know at least to what some capability of what his students have?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes perfect sense.
What y'all
Um,
think about when he told him at the end that I think he said how he was like to answer your question I would have punched you or something like that. What y'all
I
think
loved
about
it.
that?
I loved it, dude.
that's Mash right there.
I cracked up.
100%.
I just loved everybody else's like reaction to that. Like, you can't say that to the Grandmaster. He's like, bitch, I might.
What he
I
gonna do
just
though?
did.
What he gonna do though?
You come at me, bro.
So the episode comes to an end with Mash getting accepted in the academy, and it shows his future roommate Finn. Basically, what they do is they pair a transfer student with an existing student, and Finn's like, "Oh fuck, dude, if I get that weirdo magicless dude, or the weirdo from the whole thing, like, because I think all the kids are watching on, from the windows and everything like that."
For sure.
And all of a sudden, we just see Mash blow through the door. The door joke is back. It is reoccurring, and
Let's
we're all
go,
so
dude.
happy about that. But you like see Mash's side of them, just weights everywhere, like nothing related to magic at all. It's just super funny.
Gotta stay swole, man. Gotta get that pump in.
And I believe he gives Finn a classic cream puff
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
as a
does.
gift. As a gift, like, here you go, bud. It's a cream puff. That's me. You know me in a nutshell now.
Yeah, I was surprised Finn saw through his bullshit like so quickly. He was like, "Yeah, this guy isn't gonna study." Um, and then he kind of goes to explain how you become the divine visionary, and it's like a coin system. So you get gold coins for doing well on tests, or you can get silver or bronze, and you're tested on everything: grades, magic, who you are as a person. And he's like, "Bro, this because he's gonna flunk out super quick." But then Mash is kind of like, "Oh, I actually have to go to school now." And I think he's really surprised by that being a country bumpkin. So it's gonna be interesting going forward. It's gonna be really fun.
Definitely. The coins kind of reminded me of Spy Family with the gold stars, like the same idea from a prestigious
True.
academy just like that. So I was like, maybe that's how those kind of schools operate, because your boy just went to public school. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know anything about demerits.
I had the same thoughts. That's what popped in my head too was the Stellas or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah, that's what they're
So,
called.
but yeah, it was pretty fun episode. I liked it. I laughed quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this show. I think it's gonna be like one of the highlights of this anime season. It's just so ridiculous.
It
And I,
is. It is.
and I don't think the cream puff and the door jokes are gonna go away.
No, I'm
Good.
excited about the door jokes. The cream puffs, it's a cream puff, whatever. But the door
Well,
jokes, I need them. I need them.
if they keep it to like once an episode, or like like just a little relief here and there, I think it'll be fine
Oh
with
yeah.
the cream puffs.
Oh yeah. Well,
Awesome.